I'm DJ Swivel, and today I want to show you guys how I make my favorite vocal chops. And I'm going to be using the sauce to show you a few of the features that can help bring your vocal chops to life. Let's go check it out. So here's a new song that I've been working on. And in the last chorus, I wanted to create this vocal chop that would elevate the outro and have some nice ear candy for the listener. And so the way I did that is I actually chopped up bits of the songwriting that we did and the final vocal take and used that as the ingredients ultimately to create this vocal chop. So first, let me play you the outro drop chorus with the vocal chop in context. This is the end result. Here we go. So it sounds really cool, and now let me just solo and isolate the vocal chop sound that I'm going to show you how I created. Here we go. So that's the vocal chop. Now let me show you how I put that together. So these tracks that I have below, I've just pulled these out just to show you what pieces of each audio I was using. But basically, if I take the sauce off of that vocal chop, you'll be able to hear what the actual original song sounded like, and then I'll break down and show you the pieces. So here's what it sounds like without the sauce.
Oh, till I sleep. I can't hold till I sleep.
Okay, so now here, let me show you the pieces that I pulled. So this first piece here, which I've isolated, comes from this audio track in the songwriting. Let me just solo that.
You don't love me, let me go.
Right, so we pulled just this sound here. And so I lifted that up to this track here. And then this next piece here, I pulled from this track. Let's have a listen to that.
Me up and wide awake until I sleep.
So just this part. So really, when I'm putting these vocal chops together, I don't really care about what the word is or how it was enunciated. What I care more about is the melody. And so basically I'm going through these audio takes and finding little bits of the melody that I like and sort of putting it together like Lego in a way, and just seeing what fits. And I might have tried 5 or 6 or maybe even more different chops for this section here, but ultimately I landed on this one. So let's hear what the next chop is, this one here.
They keep me up and wide awake until I sleep.
And all we did was pull this chop out.
Till I sleep, till I sleep.
And then I think what I did is just repeated this last bar, which is this. So why don't I play both of these together?
Awake until I sleep.
Yeah, so I think I just took this and copied it over, which is the same. So let's hear it.
Until I sleep.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. And then, of course, we have another chop here. And this will be the last one I'll show off for the purpose of this demonstration.
Baby, I can't have you.
And I pulled this little "I can't have you" line.
I can't.
Or just "I can't." And so basically I pulled all of these elements, just sort of, copied and pasted them up. And that gives us the raw vocal chop, which I'll play one more time without any effects on it.
Oh, till I sleep. I can't.
So now you'll notice there is a few effects on it, but basically this is just to compress the vocal. There's a little tuning on it just to get it nice and in key, because I want it to feel like right on the note. But none of the creative effects. So now I'm gonna show you what I'm doing in the sauce here. So first thing you'll notice, we have the sauce in multiband mode. And that means that we were independently controlling each of the 3 frequency bands, and each of them have their own set of effects. So in the low frequency band, we have basically everything under 401 hertz. In the mid frequency band, we have from 401 to 4K, so 4,000 hertz. And then everything above 4,000 hertz is on this top band here. So let's dig into it and see what exactly we're doing to create the sound. So first, let me put the sauce on, and so you can hear it one more time with the effects. Sounds really cool. All right, so what are we doing? Let's start on the low band. The low band, this bottom octave, which we can actually solo here, is I've got it pitched up a full octave, and I have the formant shifting up a little over 8 semitones, I guess. And the mix is set to 84%. So you're actually getting a little bit of that dry signal in. So you get this like harmony effect. So let's hear what that's doing. I have just the low band soloed. So that's because I've taken this low band, but I've pitched it up. So you're not going to hear too much of the low frequencies. And not only that, on the master output here, I have the high pass filter set to 190 hertz. So we're not hearing anything below 190 hertz. In addition to pitching it up and formant shifting it, we've also got that low frequency spread out a little bit. We have some mild saturation here, so we can hear kind of what that's doing. Let's I'll sort of cycle it on and off. It's set to 26%. So you can kind of hear what that mild saturation does. I've got it set to 24%, but why don't I just show you what the more overdrive distortion would sound like on this. So here we go, set it to hot. So you can see, you can get a much more aggressive sound with that. But in this case, I kind of like it set to mild, so we're going to put it back to where it was. 24%, all good. We have a little bit of compression here, and we have the pump setting on. So I'll show you what that's doing. That's just really tightening up the vocal. Let's take it off, and I'll show you where it's going. So because we're only using the listening to the low band right now, you're not going to hear it quite as aggressively as it would be if you heard all 3 bands. But I'm gonna show you everything once we open up all the other bands. So what else do we have going on? We have a medium plate. This is our smoke section. This is our reverb section, and I'm using 45% of a medium plate. So that's why it feels very airy. Let me show you what it sounds like dry, and then I'll add it back. So you get some nice like width, and it's a really clean reverb. And then we also have a little bit of delay going on. Nothing too crazy to explain here. It's a quarter note delay. We have the high pass filter set to 196 hertz, the low pass to just below 3K, and a little bit of feedback. And the mix is set to 19%. So not too much, just a nice subtle delay thing happening there. And then we have the stereo imaging, the spread, I already mentioned, is opened up to 46%. Okay, so let's see what's happening on the midband that's different. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice is the midband is formant shifted down. A lot of the other effects are the same, but we're also not distorting any of the midband. And the spread is slightly different. I guess the reverb and compression, slightly different settings, but for the most part, it's close to the same. And then let's see what's happening on the high band. So the high band is much wider on the spread, and other than that is largely the same as the middle band. So there are some slight differences between the three, and this is how we get this unique, very dynamic, almost multi-timbral sort of effect. So let's have a listen to it again. And again, I've got the high pass filter set to 190, so we've cut out all the low end. I want this vocal to be treated more like an instrument. And then the low pass, basically the high cut filter here, is set to 7.5K, just below 7.5K. And this is sort of just taking off some of the high frequency crispness. When you pitch up a vocal a full octave, you will often get these high frequency overtones that sometimes you want to cut out to just fit in your mix. So let me play it one more time in context. And there you have it. That's how I make my favorite sounding vocal chops, and we're using the sauce to bring out these amazing characteristics of your sound. But I want to hear from you guys. Tag me on Instagram at DJ Swivel and show me how you're using the sauce to make your own vocal chops, and I'll be reposting all of them. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment below, hit the notification button. Until next time, I'm DJ Swivel. Peace.